Building this tank is as much a work of art as it is a scientific endeavor. Capturing the essence of natural riverbanks, here is how this unique aquatic habitat came to life. We started with a 20-gallon long tank, selected for its length to create a spacious and natural environment for native fish, with level placement ensuring stability, keeping both the tank and its inhabitants safe. The base layer mimics the riverbed, fine gravel, sand, and natural pebbles. This substrate is vital for the darters and killifish, providing surfaces for foraging and spawning. The hollowed out tree stump, carefully cleaned and prepared, forms the tank's focal point. It's anchored securely and emerges gracefully above the waterline, simulating a river's edge where land and water intertwine. Its hollow serves as a planter for terrestrial flora, a bridge between aquatic and terrestrial life. The tank will be intentionally filled to only 3/4 capacity, emulating the edge of a stream or riverbank. The filtration system creates a gentle current, reminiscent of flowing water, keeping the environment healthy and oxygenated for the fish. I am adding another piece of driftwood here with some taller rocks, so that way I can add a base to build upon for the back for the terrestrial plants to be able to come up out of the water and grow as they would like. Pebbles here to fill in everything and keep them going, creating an offset focal point for the whole picture to just come together. Aquatic plants such as Ludwigia, moss, and Anubias are introduced below the surface, while terrestrial plants, moneywort, bacopa, peperomia, and Dieffenbachia, thrive in the stump above. This layered planting mirrors a real ecosystem, offering shelter, oxygen, and aesthetic appeal. This gravel turned out to be a little bit dirtier than I would have expected, so I'm spending quite a bit of time here cleaning this gravel out until it completely rinses through clear. And now I am taking the gravel here and covering the decomposed granite that I put in spot, just as extra minerals for the plants if they need it. Is it needed? I'm not sure, but I added it in there, so I'm going to cover it with the gravel here. Probably going to end up raising this gravel up a little bit more, building some boxes for it as well. So here I am working on the boxes that are going to be going in the corners of this to house the terrestrial plants in the corner, the peperomia and the Dieffenbachia. I'm making these out of some polycarbonate sheets that I had. They do have stains and stuff on them from being outside, but I'm not worried because they're really not going to even be seen. I'm putting them together originally here with the tape to hold them in place for while I glue them. The Gorilla Glue, it's max strength construction adhesive that's clear, so it goes on like silicone and dries like super glue and has a really good hold, so I'm able to use it against the glass as well, and hoping that will work out pretty well. Just needs enough weight to essentially hold some root systems and some leca in the cups. So here on the outside of the cups, I have added a foam layer so that I can add some sticks and mulch, dirt, pebbles, you name it, it'll be on there, just to give it more of the appeal that it's more of the river's edge, to add that extra little hint into it. Who wants to see ugliness? The lighting setup balances the needs of both aquatic and terrestrial plants, casting a natural glow that highlights the colors of the fish and the texture of the stump. Adjustable light cycles ensure the plants get what they need. After the environment is stabilized and tested for water parameters, the stars of the show, the orange-throated darters and bluefin killifish, make their debut. These native species bring movement and vibrancy, embodying the soul of the river. Back here, trying to get the full look and contrast of the color of the plants, the height of the plants, and then what they'll do when they grow out a little bit. So as you can see, using the reds against the corners of green to pop out the greens in between and highlight them, bring them out more known, more of a presence, if you will. This was a wonderful passion. We ended up stopping at our local garden center and had found some of these plants. I was like, these would be absolutely perfect, especially once we saw the peperomia and the Dieffenbachia. I was like, yeah, these are the ones. Hopefully they'll be all right in the tank, at least with the roots in the tank, with wet feet, so to say. So now is my favorite part of this, actually, adding the moss on top of the log. And I did this for a reason, not just to add more green to the top, but the filter itself is going to be spraying over the top of the moss, trickling down the log and trickling down the back of the log, so that you have that visual of trickling water through the offset centerpiece there. But also because the moss will stay wet. Moss has a wonderful ability of absorbing water from downstream to upstream, or downhill to uphill. A little bit is in the water, and the moss is growing up a tree. It'll absorb that water up the tree. So it'll keep the area good and wet, which is where I have the roots of most of these plants. So they'll be staying wet along with, all of the moss that's around the area. And here's y'all some bonus footage of a 7-gallon rimless cube with a built-in sump that I'm working on. Let me know what y'all think of the Riverside tank and this 7-gallon as well that y'all are getting to see. Let me know in the comments. See you next time. Appreciate y'all being here. And that is all for today. Be on the lookout next week for more entertaining aquatic news right here on the Aquatic News Network, where we bring the stories of the water to life. Just kidding, we'll give you one. In news today, Father Fish signs a deal with Predatory Fins to now introduce much larger species into his fish room. Will it work? Will it all fall down for Father Fish? Or will his setup prove once and for all to work for any fish out there? We'll find out coming up as this story unfolds here on the Aquatic News Network. Shut up, you know you love me in a tie and a sweatshirt.